When the government watches you 24 hours a day, you cannot use the word liberty. This is the relationship between a master and a slave. All despotisms mask state persecution with sham court proceedings. The show trials and troikas in Stalin's Soviet Union, the raving Nazi judges in fascist Germany, the denunciation rallies in Mao's China. State crime is cloaked in a faux legality, judicial farce.
Hiya, folks. We're here to remind everybody about Julian Assange being in prison. Folks, we're just here to remind everybody Julian Assange is in prison and he should not be. We all know it. Nearly 90% of Australians are opposed to Julian Assange being held in Belmarsh prison for exposing the crimes of public officials. And yet the government said they can't do anything about it. They can't exact a price on the Americans until they do the right thing and really stop this silly stuff. It's silly stuff. It hasn't life. It comes to endangering lives. Let's look at the politicians and all these wars. And they have the gall to talk about citizens endangering lives. Millions and millions, tens of millions of people killed in the last 50, 70 years. It's very important that human beings have rights. This is about the rights of human beings to be treated like human beings by all authorities, or those that purport to be authorities. If they're not doing it, we're living in a dictatorship. We are slaves. It's time we all came to the conclusion that the mainstream media is by and large a pack of lies. It is poison. Free the truth. Free Assange. Free Julian Assange. Free Julian Assange. Free Julian Assange.
Welcome. Welcome to the 198th week of Julian Assange Sydney Town Hall gatherings. In a democracy, it is essential that we are informed truthfully. Corrupt governments and corporations hide what they do from public scrutiny because they know we have the sense of what's right and what's not. If enough of us were to become aware of the wrongdoing of governments and corporations, we hold them to account and they would lose their power. Because powerful interests that control our government want to hold on to their power. Governments must superficially appear to be working in our interests. But behind closed doors, they are working against us. The reality is that we are living in a corporatocracy, an economic, political, and judicial system which is controlled by corporate interests. Democracy is a charade put on by politicians and the mainstream media to give us the impression that we all have a say in what our governments do. The charade is so convincing that it is likely that many mainstream politicians and journalists believe this charade to be the real deal. Julian Assange and WikiLeaks came up with a great way to bring transparency to governments and corporations by employing a digitally encrypted Dropbox. WikiLeaks made it possible for whistleblowers to anonymously leak information about government wrongdoing to journalists. Through Julian's direction, WikiLeaks made sure the information it published was genuine and in the public interest. Any information that would potentially cause harm to innocent individuals would be redacted. The public interest information on the WikiLeaks website is a great source of education and is a fundamental game changer which greatly empowers ordinary people and helps them achieve justice. The response by the corporatocracy in relation to the journalism of Julian Assange has been to attack him through the mainstream press. It doesn't matter that everything he did was moral, ethical, and legal. His style of journalism is a direct threat to the system on which the corporatocracy depends. The introduction of measures designed to severely limit our freedom shows us the corporatocracy is fighting for ever greater levels of control. The corporatocracy doesn't want any of us pushing for our right to know the truth. The puppet leaders may often appear to be stupid and incompetent, but those pulling their strings know exactly what they are doing. We must not permit the political persecution of Julian Assange for publishing what we all need to know. Truth is essential to everything we do. We cannot allow lies to distort our democratic processes so that they are meaningless. We must resist corruption of democracy in all its forms and help to free Julian Assange. Time and again, information fed to us by governments and the mainstream media is proven to be disinformation. It's important for all of us to realise that we cannot and should not trust our corrupt governments and their complicit media. WikiLeaks published genuine, authentic documents we can use as important evidence for how the corporatocracy conducts itself. We can use this information to hold them accountable. But we must also have unity. Unity is essential for our fight for true democracy. it is in the public interest for Julian Assange to be free. There are no truthful and valid arguments for why Julian should not be free. We must put an end to the corruption of our democracy. The political persecution of individuals who inform us truthfully is a crime against all of us. We must unite for the sake of all humanity. Free, free Julian Assange. Free, free Julian Assange. Free, free Julian Assange.
Thanks, mate. So we especially encourage people to sign the Chanting petition. They can find it. Then you
Karyn's birthday today. Gather round, Julian Assange Town Hall gatherers. Come hence. Come hither. Do not dally. Well, it's a special day today. We're celebrating Karyn's birthday. She's a very special member of our group. She's the one that confronts the CIA agents. She's the one that embarrasses the pants off our Prime Minister by getting everybody to honk their horns. She's the one that stands up to the police and very quietly says no. And then they walk away because they don't know what to do or say. Now, Karyn's very special to me and very special to the group, very special to Julian. Thank you, Karyn. Day to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Karyn, happy birthday to you. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
We are all Assange.